Let's get everybody in. Hi, everybody. You are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Craft Cafe Live with your host, LaToya Riggins. Yes, your host of all things craft. Yes, we got a lot of people in the building today. We are hosting this new episode of Craft Cafe. We have a great feature for you guys today. So I just want to give everybody the time to get in the room. We have, though I'll say the world famous Jerletha McDonald here in the building today. So I know you guys all know and love her. She is a family childcare legend. So we're going to get some time with her today. So I'm so excited. She has been on the Craft Cafe before, but not in a while. So I'm super excited to catch up and see where she is. So we're going to do what we do best. We're going to introduce what we are doing here today. So if you're new to Craft, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. We cannot do this without our community, without our craft community and our community of leaders and members, okay? If you don't know about Craft, Craft is our online business and professional development platform where we specially design all of our material and our content surrounding leaders of early childhood education businesses, you guys. And that encompasses all childcare businesses from family to group home to center-based, all of that. As you can see, I'm rocking my Craft family because, we do have a membership that is geared specifically to family childcare providers, just like yourselves and some of your friends. So you see it here. And if you are one of the members and you were able to get this is the signature mug, our Craft mug, but we had a limited edition for Craft family. So only select individuals have this because I don't know if it's ever coming back out. So don't break it, you guys. Make sure you put something in it, bring it to the Craft Cafe. Now, just to give you a quick backstory on Craft by Better Futures. Better Futures is a duo, you guys. Dr. Robert Gunling and Mr. Jahi B. Davis. And combined, they have almost 100 years of experience in early childhood education, business leadership. Dr. Gunling has over 50 years. He's done everything from being an adjunct professor down at George Mason. He's taught in schools. He is certified in multiple states to give clock hours, CEUs. He does home visits for OSCE and accreditation. So you guys know that he knows his stuff. And he also does the critical core competencies here in Maryland by 0 to 3. Now, Jahi B. Davis, he has over 25 years of experience in business, finance, and lending. So he brings his talent all the way to ECE to make sure that your business is in tip-top shape and you are running it like a business, because that is what we do here. So without further ado, I want to give you guys a chance to see who's in the room, see who's on the panel, because I see definitely some members. I see some people that I haven't seen, and I want to see who's there. So let's go around the room and do a quick intro of who's in the room. Let's see. Mary Curry, you got some headphones on. Are you ready? Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Mary Curry. I am a Craft family and an LSF fellow alumni. I have a daycare in Washington State. I created, from being a part of the LSS, a couple of businesses that that have launched, and I'm just watching and trying to follow the steps to get it together. I was able to be get one of my CEO shirts from Jerletha, and I need some more. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mary. How long you been in business, Mary?
About 35 years, but in different spaces, in schools and center and family home, yes, and cooperative. So yeah.
Thank you for your service. Yes, 35 years. All right. All of that. All right. Thank you for being here, Mary. And thank you for being a member. And like she said, LSL, Leadership and Leaders, is definitely a program that we are heavily involved with our partnership with NAFCC. So we'll be talking about that later also. Let's swing it around to Karen Renee Haynes. How are you?
Hi, ladies. It's so good to see you. I'm Karen Haynes, and I am a family childcare provider in New Jersey. I've met Jerletha, and she's given me so much inspiration. So any platform that I see that she's on, I'm running to it. We got a chance to really enjoy ourselves at the NAFIC conference last year where she presented. She is awesome. LaToya, you are awesome. I love craft. I am a provider for 30 years, Mama Goose Daycare. This is my 30th year in business, an entrepreneur, always been full, never had a downtime except for the pandemic from March the 13th through September the 17th. I had to close because the state mandated it. But I've been up and running. I've been a director of infant care. So I've been in the business for at least 47 years.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for being here.
I'm delighted, ladies.
We got more people coming in. All right, let's keep it going on around. We got Mercedes Fleet. Mercedes, are you able to come on and say hi?
Good afternoon, everyone. Mercedes Fleet. I am from Bright Little Scholars. We are located in the northeast section of Philadelphia.
That's right. And Mercedes, can you tell them how many locations you have and how long you've been in business?
3 locations, 3 years.
3 locations. I love to hear that. And that's why I always got to make you say it, Mercedes. And like I said, I love me some Mercedes. She's definitely representing Philadelphia and fast tracking because she's got 3 centers in just 3 years, you guys. So she is doing it up. And she represents the special needs community. She has those services for children and families in her centers, you guys, which is something that we all are striving to do more of. So shout out to you, Mercedes. Let's see who else we have in the building. Thank you for being here. And she's also a craft member, you guys. Let's see, Deborah, CWC Daycare Center. Are you able to come on and introduce yourself? You're on mute. Let's get you to unmute. All right, I just sent
Hello,
out.
everyone. I'm Deborah Childs, and I've been in the business for a long time. And what I'm doing now, I'm trying to find a building, you guys. So pray for me. I want a big building.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Deborah. How long you been in business?
Since 2008.
2008. Okay, y'all got to do the math. That's Jackie's area. But that was a long time. Now, guys, you know, if you are a craft member, then you should have been taking our classes. We have a partnership with DeVaris Real Estate that can help you find a building in any state in the U.S. So contact me afterwards. I can definitely put you in touch with him, okay?
Okay, I sure will.
Okay. Thank you for being here, Deborah. Now, listen,
You're
you
welcome. Thank you for having me.
say what?
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right now. All right, let's keep it going. I'm gonna put my email in the chat, you guys, so that if you have any questions about what she asked about with real estate, commercial real estate that specializes in ECE, you definitely need to contact me so I can get you over to Brandon. Okay. Now next up, who do we have? Let's see, Colette Davis. Colette, are you able to come on and introduce yourself? Let's see. I thought I saw some movement. That was Karen. Now, keep in mind, you guys, these are all leaders of businesses. So they are all working right now. So they're not always able to come on and say hi, but they're listening and support. And so shout out to you, Colette. If you can come on, just come on later, okay? But we're going to swing it back.
I'm here. I'm just here to support my cousin, Jerletha McDonald.
Okay, cuz. I love that.
Yeah.
Have you been at any of the conferences?
I'm sorry, you was breaking up.
Oh, have you been on any of the conferences? Like the Atlanta? I feel like I saw you before.
No, you ain't seen me.
Oh, no? Okay. I know Jerletha comes heavy. She has a whole, I call it an entourage, a family entourage.
Oh yeah, she has a big family.
Yeah, and she brings them out too. That's why I was like, wait a minute, have I seen you? Thank you for being here and supporting Colette.
Oh, no problem.
And you guys, I'm on my laptop, so it might be a little choppy. So please forgive my technology. I'm gonna slow down because I talk fast. I'm so excited. I always get excited about family childcare, you guys. Let's keep it rolling. Let's see, Jackie Fuentes. Are you able to come on and introduce yourself? Let's see, you're already off mute. Okay, so we're gonna keep on going. If you can come in, Jackie, let us know. We're gonna move on over to Jennifer McWilliams. Jennifer, are you able to come on?
Whoa, let me find my camera. Good morning. I am Jen McWilliams and I live in Lawrence, Kansas. And this is my first craft call exposure, and I'm very excited to be here. I work with Kansas Child Care Training Opportunities, and I work with family child care providers who are working towards NAFCC accreditation. So soaking up all the knowledge.
Love it. I'm so excited. Thank you for being here and welcome to the
Yes,
Craft Cafe live show. Glad to have
thank you.
you. We got a first time in the building, y'all. I love when we have first timers. All right, well, let's swing it all around. Let's see, we have Kasara, or is it Kasera?
It's Kasera.
Okay, Kasera. Hi. Introduce yourself.
Hey. Hi, guys. I am also from Kansas. This is also my first craft experience. I've been in the family child care industry and education since 2015. And like Jen, I am now working with family child care providers, and I'm super excited to be here.
Well, awesome. I'm excited to have you, Kasera. Definitely, you guys don't let this be the last time you come to the Craft Cafe, okay? Because we get live on Fridays at 1, you guys, and we always have something great to talk about. So let's swing it all around. Diane, Miss Diane Gardner. Let's see. Can you come on and say hello?
To work with me. If I can get technology work. Oh, I'm still got that up. Hi everyone. I'm Diane Gardner from Philadelphia. I work near or close with Mercedes. I have been in the business for 21 years. I feel like a baby compared to the times that I've heard so far. But I am also the president we have a initiative for family child care. I am the president of Quality Influential Professionals, and that's a great organization as far as I'm concerned. And then Jerletha, good to see you once again.
All right.
Did I
Thank
answer
you,
all the
Ms.
questions?
Diane.
I was like, did I answer all the questions?
You're a craft member, a longtime craft member, and definitely a wonderful, beautiful partner of ours at Craft with Quip and just holding it down. You and Adrian, you guys are like the two leaders that pop up. If one's not there, the other's there. If it's not both of you guys. So glad to see you in here representing Family Child Care. All right, guys. I think we got everybody. All right, well, let's move on into it. And more people probably will come as we're going in, but I want to get started with our Jerletha McDonald. Jerletha, how are you?
Hey y'all, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm so glad to have you here. Everybody, I met Jerletha at my first time at the NAFCC conference when we were in New Orleans. That was my first time meeting her. And I saw this, I tell you, this statuesque woman, she tall with heels and just looked so beautiful. She was like a black Barbie when I saw her. And I was like, oh my gosh. And she just commanded the room. And I said, I got to know her. And I went up to, I don't even remember what I said to you, Jerletha. I just know I was just talking a mile a minute. And I said, I can't wait for you to meet Better Futures. And they're walking up and I'm like, wait until you meet this lady. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. They're like, Jerletha? Oh, we know Jerletha. Like, what? You know her already? And the rest was just history. I just loved her ever since.
Yes.
So, Jerletha, you're in the mood. Tell us about how you got here, because it seems like everybody already knows you. So tell us a little bit about how you got into family childcare, period.
But first, before I do that, I just want to say hello to all the family childcare executives on this call. I appreciate you, and I'm one of your hugest cheerleaders. So I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing. Hey, Miss Mary. Hey, Miss Carmen. Hey, I mean, all of you guys on this call, to the agencies that are here that support and work with family childcare educators. Hey to you guys too. And hey, Yvonne just jumped on. And I just want to say that you guys are support me, but I just want you to know that I'm one of your hugest supporters from here in to infinity and beyond, as the cartoon would say. And so I just want to give a shout out to the power of family childcare. So thank you for having me on this call today. I really do appreciate it. And shouts out to my cousin Colette for just coming on, supporting me. I appreciate you. So how did I get into the field of family childcare? Well, to keep it short and simple, I was a lab tech before I got in the field of early care and education, and I lost my job. At the time, I was about 6 months pregnant, and I'm like, okay, who's gonna hire me pregnant? I'll be having a baby pretty soon. And so I was just at home watching children in my neighborhood. I was like a child magnet. I lived in a court. I had 3 young children myself, and every day after school, kids would be at my house. In the summertime, kids would be at my house. And then my husband at the time came home, and he was like, you know what? You need to start a daycare. It's like, you know what? I think you're right. So I just looked it up, and I went through all what the state of Texas said I had to do. I changed my major to child development and family studies, and that was all she wrote. I went on to get my degree in child care and family studies from Stephen F. Austin State University. And I mean, it was on from there. So that's how I started in the field of early care and education.
Wow. And I didn't even know that, Jerletha, because when I met you, you were already well into leadership and helping others, establish their businesses. So I never knew that. I never knew the backstory. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
And now I see you everywhere. I'm really curious to know, Jerletha, do you have a clone? How are you at every single event? Like, I see you on LinkedIn, I see you on Instagram. 1 minute you're in Texas, then you're in Tennessee. I'm like, wow, this girl's on wheels. How do you do it?
Prayer and self-care. That's one of the things that I teach to all my students, my family childcare educators that are in any class I teach. I always start off with self-care or talk about a self-care component in some way. And then also work-life balance. Like, so even though you may see me everywhere, once you see me, yeah, I go all out, right? I go up on 100. But when I'm at home, I'm just Jerletha. Right. And so when I'm at home, I take my downtime seriously. It's no work. Sometimes I can be off a week or two, just the nature of how I run my business. And so self-care, relaxation. And then also too, when I travel, I rest. Best believe I may not be in all the sessions because I'm resting to give my session all that it needs to have. So yeah, that's how I do it. God is first. So that's it. Yeah, that's how I do it. And also I learned the power of saying no, right? And I also operate within that. So what I mean by the power of saying no, if I get an opportunity that does not speak to my why, which is my why is the economic mobility of women of color in the field of early care and education, I'm gonna say no, right? Because it doesn't fit in what I do. And every opportunity is not for me. And also as a leader, I come across many opportunities. So what I do now is like, oh, you know what? I don't need to do that, or that is not my expertise. However, I do have a fellow family childcare educator who is equipped for this. I do have a fellow colleague in the field of early care and education that is equipped to this. So that's why leadership development is so important. So that's why I'm huge on that, because every opportunity is not for me. So I know it may be for someone else, especially someone that I mentor.
Wow. I love that outlook, Jerletha, because it's like Jahi always says to me, stay in your lane, LaToya, and I love that, having that discernment, because you are so talented at so many different things. I could see all these opportunities coming at you, and it's like you want to do all of them, but how do you figure out which is, like you said, I like how you broke it down on how you discern what's for you, bringing it back to your why, and actually thinking about like what the big picture is. Is it adding to what the impact that I want to create? So I love that.
Exactly. And then also knowing it's okay too. Knowing it's okay to say no. No. Knowing it's okay to see if it's a paid gig or if it's not a paid gig. You know, so it's so many different things that I think about before I say yes to something.
I like that, because what I also wanted to talk about with you is, you know, when we think about going to these big events, like I said, meeting you, that was my first time at a childcare conference. And I had 3 kids. I had to bring my kids, book flights for them, pack them up, figure out what I was going to do with them while I was there in New Orleans, then paying for hotel flights and all the different expenses that you have to pay with going out of town. I want you to speak a little bit about that, because I know that there's people who they don't feel like it's worth it to do all of that to get to these conferences. But I know I definitely, once I got there, I quickly understood why it was worth it. So can you talk a little bit about that, about why people should actually go to these conferences and network on a different level?
Yeah, because your network is your net worth, right? And if you don't get out of your family childcare home and get into the community, you're going to just stay there stagnant. Now, yes, it is a cost. And then also plan for that. So put that in your budget. Now, some of us can go more than one to conferences, some of us cannot, right? So the power of networking, getting out there in your community with the agencies, okay? Your agencies that support you, the agencies that provide your subsidy, your agencies that provide your QRIS program, right? Those reach out to those agencies, ask them, is there any scholarships available? Because sometimes they are. Sometimes there's funding for that. Oh, also, if there's not, plan for it in your budget, or take advantage of opportunities like the National Association for Family Childcare has a layaway plan. So take advantage of that layaway plan, and you can pay installments each month, so that way you can go, right? But attending national conferences has been a game changer for me. If I had not got out of my box, out of my house, and started attending, we'll just say my local affiliates, right, such as NAEYC chapter affiliates, I wouldn't be on the national stage, and that is for a fact. And then also, if I did not attend the national conference, I wouldn't be on the national stage as a fact, because that's where you get exposure, right? And so what I tell family childcare educators is, when you go out and networking, sometimes you may not feel like it. Sometimes some events I do not feel like going to, right? But if it will be a benefit for myself or the people in my organization, I'm leaving that event with one thing, right? That is going to enhance my professional portfolio or enhance someone in my network's professional portfolio. So I always say, but walk in that room, first of all, like you belong there, because you do, and then take something because that's your time. Find something in that meeting. It's something, right? If it's nothing in that room, you shouldn't have went anyway, right? But it's something in that room that you can take back for yourself and also the community that you serve that will benefit you. So attending national conferences is where it's at, right? But yes, it is a cost. So let me tell you, NAEYC's national conference has a scholarship. I am a legacy scholar. So the first national conferences I went to, it was all on scholarship. They have a scholarship to where you can apply to be a legacy scholar, and they pay for your room, your flight, your meals, and all that, right? NFACC has the layaway plan, but a lot of agencies in your area sometimes have scholarships for that as well, to have your providers go. I think someone on this call last year brought a whole entourage of family childcare educators to the national conference, and that was due to networking. She paid for it. If she would like to speak up, I'm not going to tell her business. I want her to say it. She can, but she brought her a whole bunch of family childcare educators to a conference and paid for it.
Wow.
Scholarship.
Who was that? Do you want to speak out? And shout out to, we had some more leaders come on, like Yvonne Cottage, Cheryl Moorman, Patricia King, and Yolanda Parks. You guys came on after. Oh, wow. We got some great comments in the chat about you, Jerletha. You are just bringing up. We have Yvonne says, Jerletha, you are a great example of how to lead and pass the torch. Thank you for always lifting up other educators and speaking life over others. I
Oh, wow.
I agree, guys. She's so powerful and uplifting. I've seen her speak, even the things that she said to me. Like, you know, when I was starting out with my show, Jerletha, I always told you how I admired you doing your podcast and just really being a great host because I love hosting and I love really presenting great information to people that, you know, otherwise wouldn't hear it. So
Yes.
definitely thank you for carving out those pathways and opening those doors for platforms like this.
Uh-huh. And I
Now,
think, Mary Carey, did you come off the mic?
Yeah, I did. You asked what and how. I following the model, truth be told. They said do some outreach. I went to NAFCC for 3 years, for almost 6 years by myself, representing the state of Washington, because we have our own model of doing things in the state. But I was determined to get providers to the national conference. We're going to do it again this year. Last year, my organization sponsored 28. We did the flights, the per diems, the rooms, the registration, and we're going to do it again. And now we have people that are matching funds and saying, we see the difference in the providers. We have families that are sponsoring. They're saying they're seeing a difference in their provider. So I mean, I did not even know, by just saying, okay, making that commitment and saying, let's do this. And in God, through God, we're gonna do this. And so my husband was like, okay, let's see. And it happened. And like I said, greater things have happened because of it. So I appreciate that.
Yes. So see, that's what it's all about. It's about like each one teach one, you know? So when I shine, all of my family childcare educators shine, you know? No one is greater than the other. We all have a calling and we all have a significant assignment, right? Especially in the field of family childcare. And I think that's what makes family childcare great.
absolutely. And I'm glad that there are organizations like NAFCC. And then I want to talk about your organization, Jerletha, ADFW.
Okay.
I just love that's why craft is here, you guys. And that's why we created Craft Family, because of all the wonderful businesses and business leaders that we meet and we work with on a daily basis. And you guys are working in these silos all over the world, not just the country, Craig, the world. And a lot of times you don't even realize how much you have a mirror, how many people that you can relate to, that you can help and share stories and solutions and refer them to different people and things. And Jerletha, I love that you said people that you mentor, because I think that's a big thing that people don't take advantage of, and especially in childcare, is the mentorship. So let's bring it on over to you with what you guys do with mentorship and with ADFW.
Okay. So through my work, so I am a consultant for NFXCC and I'm one of the facilitators for the Leadership and Leaders program. And so through that program, I have had over 75 mentees, right? And it is a mentor-mentee program. But so as one of the facilitators, I mentor every last one of them, right? And so that's one way. And then also too, with my own local organization, ADFW Family Childcare Network is a group of family childcare educators. All of those providers, we mentor each other as well. And as the fellows in NFACC, LSL mentor me as well. They may not know it, but they really do. And so that is so important, leaning on each other for support. Peer support, because no one knows family childcare better than another family childcare educator. I can tell you that right now, right? And no one knows our struggles, no one knows what we need, and no one knows, like, you know, like how to just like have fun and network with us like we do, right? So we have a great time. So what my organization does, we host professional development classes. We're getting back started. Our first one will be this month. On the 30th, where we're going to have a health and safety workshop. We host an annual conference where we focus on business practices for family childcare educators. And we also host an annual gala where we get all dialed up, ball gowns, the whole nine, at a 5-star hotel here in Arlington, Texas. And we raise money for scholarships for family childcare educators to attend conferences or events that they may not be able to attend. And so we started this year will be our 10 years. So our gala will be celebrating 10 years. Our conference will be celebrating 10 years. And so also we're huge on networking and community service and giving back. So we participate in our city's back to school giveaway at the Cowboy Stadium. We are at like local community events. We're in these streets. We collaborate with our local United Ways. Just yesterday, we were at the public library talking about what ADFW is and how parents can find high quality childcare. And so that's the type of things we do. Now, family childcare educators in my network are coming along with me speaking. We did a family childcare panel at our local Texas AEYC conference, where we were all on the panel talking about family childcare, demanding that people listen to us. So now, moving forward, we have a partnership with our local AEYC to host our annual conference featuring family childcare. So as Ms. Mary said earlier, getting out and making sure that you just spreading the word about how powerful and impactful family childcare is, people will listen, right? And creating, a big thing I'm about is creating our own table, creating our own space, and building up that space as well. And also claiming our seats at other tables where family childcare education or just early childhood education is talked about anyway. So I like to say, no longer will we ask for the seat at the table, we are the table. So that's one of the things I love to say.
I love that, Jerletha. And listen, we have a lot of requests in the chat about getting information about how to get in touch with you, how to get into that conference. And you said we getting dolled up for the gala. Okay, and I've never been to Texas.
Yes, it's in Texas. Everything's big in Texas, so y'all got to come through.
And you know, Beyonce got us hyped up. So we ready
it is May 4th. May 4th at Live by Lowe's. It's a real fancy hotel. It's really nice. I'm telling you, I was surprised. Like our first year doing it was 2 years. This will be our third one. So we have our two. So our first one, I should say, we're going to do a gala because we used to do paint parties, and it's for National Child Care Appreciation Day, which is always the first Friday before Mother's Day. So I was like, okay, I don't want to do it on that Friday because, you know, Mother's Day is Mother's Day. I want mothers to keep their weekend. But I was like, well, let's do it the first week of the month, right? So we did paint parties and we had wine and everything. It was so much fun. But I always had this dream to do this gala, right? And I believe in timing. So this is a piece for family childcare educators who are listening. You, especially as an entrepreneur, you have so many different ideas, right? And you want to do all at one time. But what one of my mentors told me, sometimes just write them all down. Write them all down in your journal, in your book, right? And if God's give you this idea, it's going to come to pass when the time is right. And he's going to give you all the tools and resources that you need to go with that idea, right? So every year I was like, is it time for my gala? God? No, it was not, right? So it was paint party season, but the opportunity presented itself. And so then we hosted our first gala. And when I say these ladies came out in their ball gowns, they pulled up in stretch limousines, they pulled up in party buses, they got a room for the weekend. Owners and directors of childcare, so it was not just for family childcare educators. Owners and directors for family childcare from centers came, they brought their whole staff. We had our local early childhood agencies there. We had our Texas Workforce Commission there. And then what we did was we also honored Family Childcare Educator of the Year, Center Owner of the Year, a Community Partner of the Year, and this year we adding an Advocacy and Trainer of the Year. And so it was a hit. And yeah, so that's all she wrote. So it's May. So I will give the information to LaToya, so she can share with you all. But yeah, it's May 4th in Arlington, Texas.
Oh, wow. That's going to be exciting, you guys. And she's going to share it with me, so I'll be posting about it. I'll send out emails to everybody that's on with us today. Wow.
Perfect.
That's so exciting. And that's why I'm glad that you brought up the layaway plan, because I think that's probably the biggest pushback I hear with people going out to the conferences. And there's a lot of you today that are frequenters. I know Mercedes, she brings her whole family. I love her whole family, the kids, husband, everybody. They always come out and support them everywhere, at every event. So I know that's a reflection of, you see where she is in such a short time with mingling with the different folks, the leaders. So
And
with
it's all about
Jerletha's
planning too, planning. So what I would suggest is write down all the national conference or just local conference or a conference that's in another state from you. You right? Usually the national conference are usually around the same time, right? So write them down and pick two that you want to go to and just plan for it. It's okay. You don't have to go to everything. Sometimes you can't. I can't go to everything, but just plan it out like a year in advance. Like put it on your calendar, put it in your policy handbook that, hey, this is conference week. I'm going to this conference. Or just start with one.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Starting somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like you said, planning and then knowing about the programs. That's why I'm real big on encouraging people to be a part of an association. Definitely a local association where you're from, where you're actually located, and then being a part of a national one. We partner heavily with the NAFCC with what they're doing with LSL. I wanted to give a shout out to a lot of our members that have come through that program and through ours. And let's see, we have a lot of them online right now. Let's see, Cheryl Mormon is one of them. She's definitely a craft LSL all-star. She just completed one of her projects that she had a vision for, and she put her mind to it and got the. There she is, Cheryl. You didn't get to introduce yourself. Come on, honey. I wanted to talk about the Wave Boot Camp we did in person with your event. Can you unmute?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. It was absolutely fabulous. McCraft, Jahi, and Robert and LaToya came and brought the Wave Boot Camp in person for us at our one-day conference, and the educators received so much from that. They are still talking about it. So it was absolutely awesome. And that's just what partnership is all about, you know. And going back to NAFCC, none of that would have happened if I hadn't attended several years ago NAFCC and made the conference and made those networking connections. So I am there at every opportunity trying to bring on even more providers this year. So also wanted to encourage, if I could, those that may be coming and they're coming alone, maybe they're the only one in their state representing their state. Do what you got to do for you. And if they don't get it, you know, maybe the next go around, you'll be able to grab a hold of some others, but save yourself first.
That's a good one, Cheryl. And you guys, Cheryl, I love to brag about her. She actually testified for the, was it the Secretary of State on behalf of all childcare, especially family childcare. So she steps up for everyone, you guys. And she's the leader of the Virginia, can I say it right? The Virginia Alliance of Family Childcare Associations. And you see, I got that right. I'm all of these acronyms, I have to stay on top of that. And you guys, like she said, the amount of networking that Cheryl does, it shows when it comes to her organizations and the amount of benefits that she has for her people. And not only does she do it on her own, she collaborates with other leaders, because shout out to Vincent and Savage. I've seen you guys at other coming into our classes together because you guys are at conferences together from separate states, separate leadership, and really joining forces to bring that. So shout out to you, Cheryl. And she's also a graduate of LSL, right? So shout out to all the hands that go into really moving this industry forward. I'm super proud to be a part of that. Let's see, someone else who's not on the line right now, but she usually comes, Cynthia Davis. She's definitely a graduate of LSL, and she represents family childcare. She just did her walkathon this summer in DC for DC Family Childcare, and that was one of her actual projects from LSL. So, Jerletha, I'm just so excited to have you here because you have a hand in. I don't even think people know how many organizations you're behind the scenes really making things happen. Because, you know, you have your own thing going on, but you still help so many organizations. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Well, yeah, so I do a lot of, so I am a subject matter expert and I specialize in family childcare So I just work with any organization that has a mission to build up and empower family childcare educators. I'm there behind the scenes. Like I said, I am one of the facilitators for the LSL program. I work with I'm also a consultant for NCQA as well, focus specializing in family childcare. I work with the NAYC as well. Well, doing like just going to their conferences. I'm a speaker there, so everything that has to do with family childcare, you know, I'm there to kind of promote it. So I think it is important. Sometimes people think, oh, you just need to be with one organization. No, you can support all organizations in some form of capacity because you're building up. First of all, you're building up your brand as an early childhood educator, right? You're building up your network as an early childhood educator, and you're receiving so much information. There's so many different things that you can do in the field of early care and education, especially different career pathways. You could become a speaker, you could become a consultant, you can you know, a trainer, whatever. You could do whatever you want to do. And so being exposed to different organizations and how different organizations do things will help you get there. So all if they're talking about family childcare educators and in this avenue that where I could promote family childcare and empower family childcare educators and put women in position to lead, I'm there. I really am. So I work with it's a lot.
I definitely love that. Now, I got a couple more questions for you, Jerletha, because one thing I love about you, you represent family childcare, but you also represent family big time. Like I was just joking about you bringing your entourage of daughters and cousins I mean, you have a whole crew of people with you. I mean, to the little kids, she has the grandbabies. I was watching a video of you getting ready for an event. They were doing your makeup and you got grandbaby on your lap. I said, this woman just does it all. So how do you convince, I will say convince, because one of the things I find working with family childcare providers, the leaders, a lot of times their family doesn't want to get involved. Because I was like, well, talk to, because you did a class with us about succession planning. And one of the things we talk to providers and leaders about is tapping into their network of family members who might want to work with them or, you know, succeed them in the business, you know. So how do you get, or not even just get, how do you discern which family members are a good fit, and then the ones that are, how do you get them to come on into the fold?
Well, it's just whoever wants to join me, right? So I'm a firm believer I can't make anyone do anything, right? But if the opportunity is here for you. So one thing about me that I love to share is, and how my organization became so successful is it's really a grassroots movement organization. What I mean by that is like, okay, when I first started ADFW Family Childcare Network, I didn't know anything about running a association, network, nothing, right? But I didn't know how to throw a party, okay? But going back to conferences, I used to attend conferences and I'm very observant, like how did this happen? How do they get the screens up there? How do they get the speakers? What food does they have? What, you know, so I was kind of really scoping the scene, and I was able to duplicate that and take it all that and duplicate that on a Walmart budget. So on my first conferences, everything came from Walmart, a dollar store, Dollar General. You would never know it, right? So we used to love to say, we can make things happen. We can make something happen, right? With $100. You never knew. And it looked like it was absolutely amazing, right? And then also another thing is I'm tapping into other people's skills. So in my organization, some people may be great with decoration, some may be great with organization, some may be great with you know, making phone calls, emailing. So I tap into those ladies, okay, here, this is your assignment, this is what you need to do, and they get it done. And we just make it happen. So, and then as time went on, then we developed even more skills on how to run high quality events. And now that's all we do. All of our events are high quality, and I can tell you it doesn't cost that much. Now this gala is costing me a pretty penny, but it's all worth it. It's all worth it because it goes back into the people I serve. And I'm a big, huge believer that Many times, okay, I can say I'm privileged, right? I'm privileged to attend different national events, go to like different little dinners and all that kind of stuff. I know that, right? But my people are privileged too. So I am tasked. I know with leadership becomes responsibility, right? And with that responsibility, I have a responsibility to give the people that I serve the same experiences, right? Because I learned and I went out there and got those resources and I bring it back. So I duplicate these events and they're just as nice. So I mean, that's how I do it. And I got tired of going to local events, just an event that's targeted for early childhood educators, and you getting toys for a door prize. Are you getting a little gift card to, an agency that you can go buy some toys? And I don't want no gift card because all they're gonna do is gonna go to the daycare and over time it's gonna get, tore up over time with wear and tear. And then that card I need to go get, I can go buy some more toys and bring back. No, I don't want that. I'm a grown woman, and the women that I serve are grown women. We need spa packages. We need Visa gift cards. We need stuff like that. And so and also we need cheese and crackers at our meeting, and we need wine too. So that's what I do for my event. So if you come to our event, you come into a grown woman event for grown professionals. Of course, we have a great time and we do it responsibly. I'm not saying we get all wasted. No, we don't. But I'm just saying we have a good time. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to all these high level events. They got cheese and crackers, wine and hors d'oeuvres. So we're going to have cheese and crackers, wine and hors d'oeuvres. And the door prize, you will never come to one of our events and get a toy. Now, toys are important. That's what the QRS agency's for. Y'all give all that stuff.
Yeah.
We're not doing no. So
I love that, Jerletha, because I'm an events person too. I like to say that I have an event spirit. So I'm that person that goes to a baby shower and I always bring the mom a gift, like you said, like to pamper her, because everything is going to be for the baby and they don't know what to expect when they're done having the baby, like all the things you're gonna need and how comfy drawers will make a difference,
exactly.
So I focus on the leader and not just everything for the center. Because
because we do everything. We do everything for everybody, right? And so we need to, and it's okay to take care and pamper ourselves. So I have to lead by example. So that's just how I do that. And also, that's where the term Family Childcare CEO, it's really Family Childcare Executive, but for short, Family Childcare CEO came from, because I'm like, wait a minute, I get the word provider, that's fine, whatever, but I don't like that. That doesn't sound classy to me, provider. I mean, providing what, right? So I am a Family Childcare Executive. I run a business, right? A matter of fact, I'm the Chief Operating Executive, right? So that's where that came from. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm going to start calling, people that I mentor or work with. I'm just going to start calling Family Childcare CEOs, because that's it. And I made a class with it, right? And I presented that class. Like, and it's, and they were Family Childcare CEO. Like,
yeah, show the t-shirt.
Mud, and that's what it is. So you hear me say Family Childcare Executives, Family Childcare CEO, because that's exactly what these women are. They are running businesses, and some are running multiple businesses. Some are running family childcare associations and networks. Some are running training organizations. So that sounds like a CEO to me instead of the work provider. So that's where that term came from. It's a respect term. So the world is going to put some respect on our name. And so now when I go to conferences, they have a tag out. So I'm like, oh my gosh, the little tag says Family Childcare CEO. So the world is listening. So too, my Family Childcare executives on here, they're watching and they're listening to us, right? Because I'm telling you, I don't want the Delaware, they had a Family Childcare CEO thing on there. Okay. And of course, our national conference has the Family Childcare CEO thing on the little tag. I mean, I'm just like, wow, people are listening to us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I wear my CEO shirt faithfully. Yes, and Mary said me too. I had a lady call me, she's like, I don't wear the thread on my shirt. I need another one. So
I know that's
I'm
right.
gonna put some more out. I was like, okay, everybody got one. What am I gonna do this year? But I see there's still a need.
Yeah, we need more. I need to get my shirt because you know I love to rock branding. And like I said, I love to rep craft family because everybody who knows me knows I started out in family childcare. That's how I actually got, you know, that love for the industry. My sister had a family childcare home growing up in New York, and I worked there after school as a high schooler. So that's she's always been my muse for this business. So to see so many leaders, business leaders, not providers. You just said that. But to see so many business leaders, that's what really I was like starstruck when I went to New Orleans and I saw all of you guys there. And everybody was excited, great energy. They accepted me with open arms. It was just so much love. I fell in love with it. I really did.
Yeah, family childcare is really like a family. Anywhere we go, right? Any
Yeah.
conference we may go to, we will find each other and just hang with each other, you know? And a lot of us have made lifelong friendships. You know, some may be on the East Coast, West Coast. Like Yvonne is on the West Coast, right? And well, in my area now, Central now, and then one of her good friends is Yvonne, Miss Savage, who's on the East Coast. You see, Miss Sherman's on the East Coast as well. Miss Mary's way up there up north, but they know each other and network with each other. That's how powerful we are. We have Miss Carmen, and she's in New Jersey. You know, so we have friends all around the United States, and we stay networking with each other. So I think that is one of the beautiful things about family childcare.
Yeah,
And we're all
definitely.
different too. We all have a different business model, you know, and each one of those business models work, and we just gel off each other. I don't know. I can't even explain it. It's just something powerful about family childcare, and I love it.
Oh wow. I love it. And Jerletha, I'm just so glad for you to be here because you definitely are a shining example of how to navigate this industry and really
Mm-hmm.
stand your ground. That's what I love about you. You stand for what you stand for and you don't, you don't deviate from that. And I definitely
Mm-hmm.
can respect that. And I believe that's really what makes you stand out from everyone because you are okay with standing out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a firm believer in you should be standing out. And I love the uniqueness of all of you guys' businesses and how we come together as a community. So, guys, oh my gosh, we are almost at time, but I wanted to just really thank Jerletha McDonald for being here, aka J Mac. I love saying that on LinkedIn. I'm like, hey, J
Thank
Mac.
you.
I know that your schedule is super busy and you took time out of your day, out of your week to come and bless us with your knowledge. Can you tell everybody where they can contact you? What's your website so they can get more information? I'm going to send it out, but while we're on, because we are live on Facebook, hey, Facebook, so the people watching at home can get to you as well.
Okay, so right now my websites are down. They're being it's gonna be so cute, just like you see them. But I will give it to Miss LaToya. But you can find me at ADFW, ADFWchildcare.org or JalethaMcDonald.org. Really, really soon. But you can go to Eventbrite. Eventbrite has our gala is up right now. You can go there and get your ticket if you would like to come. Thank you, LaToya, for putting it in there. And also, but you can follow me on Facebook at Jerletha McDonald. Just look me up on Facebook, Jerletha McDonald should pop up, and or on Instagram at Jerletha McDonald.
Yes, y'all heard it first, you guys. And like I said, once she has the websites up and running, we will have it out to you guys so that you can get in touch with her as well and see where she's going to be next. Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to
Yes,
just give
I'm
a
gonna be
shout out
next.
everybody that's on the line today, everybody that came that knew who Jerletha was. If you're not familiar with her, now you are, but most of you, I believe, know who she is. And thank you for the support coming in and showing up and showing out. And all of the craft members that are current, past, and future. If you're not a craft member yet, why is that? I popped the website into the chat, which is www.betterfuturesdc.com, you guys, where you have access to all of our memberships. We have Craft Family, Craft Lux, which is our unlimited luxury brand for its unlimited one-on-ones. And then we have our newest line, which is Craft Executive, you guys. This is geared toward the Family Childcare Association leaders for nonprofit leadership, you guys, because nonprofit leadership does not come with a book. So if you don't know, you don't know. We have a lot of our members on for Craft Executive today. If anybody has any feedback that they want to share about their time in this first cohort, we call them our founding members because they signed on this very summer when we launched. And we're doing a great program with you guys. We have another cohort coming up. So those of you who are not in it now and want to be in it, definitely come on in there. Deborah says, come to Maryland. All right. Sharing resources and opportunities creates power. Now, as you guys know that if you are a member of NAFCC, you do get 15% off of our craft family memberships. Go on over to nafcc.org and to their partner page. And if you're already a member of theirs, you can get our membership at a discounted rate. You guys, just a quick recognize for our not community partners, but our partnerships. We have ADP providing great services for your payroll and your HR and benefits category, you guys. This is a great time to get that together. Make sure you're paying yourself and paying your employees and your children if that's a part of your plan. You know, we're doing that. We also have a membership. Oh, and not to mention the ADP membership, you get upwards of 20% off if you're a craft member, you guys. So definitely check that out. And you can contact me afterwards if you want to get into that. Our next partner spotlight is Childcare Tax Pros, you guys. They specialize in childcare taxes. They run centers and they do taxes, so they know your industry. And that's what's important, to make sure that you get the best return and lower your tax bill and plan for your taxes so you do not get hit in the head later. So you get 15% off of their services if you are a craft member, you guys. Okay? And let's see, what else didn't I mention? Oh, I already told you guys about Devaris Real Estate. So if you guys are looking for a building in the US, you guys, it doesn't have to be in DC. If you're in the US and you're looking for a commercial property for your childcare center that you're either moving, expanding, or opening, definitely let us know, because we can get you with our guy, Brandon Howard of Devaris Real Estate, you guys. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and land this plane. If anybody has any questions or comments, anything they would like to share, we got about 3 minutes. So let's see. Do we have any craft executive members? You said share the info for the real estate. Sure, I can. I definitely can. I'll send it out to everybody that is online today, to your emails, because you register with your email. Thank you, Yvonne. Let's see, do we have any craft executive members that might want to hop in and just give a quick testimonial of what you guys are doing in the course right now?
I will tell you, everyone that knows about Wave Bootcamp, this is like the executive group. For me, it's like Wave Bootcamp on steroids, because it is assisting us in aligning our values and also giving us concrete directions as to how to build and fundraise for while meeting governance and compliance. You know, any and everyone I know, I'm telling them this is something that you need to, if you really want to build your association, this is the place to go. It's very specified for us. So thank you.
Thank you for that, Mary. And anybody else? She's absolutely correct. It's definitely tailored for your organization. We've worked with you guys for so many years, so we definitely understand your pain points. We understand what solutions look like, and we can see from the outside looking in. This membership starts for 3 people, so it's not just a one person. It's definitely about team leadership. So let's see. All right, you see Jerletha has popped in her number, so you guys can send her a text and leave your email address so that she can add you to her email list, and you can stay up on her current events, any drops. I'm sure you got a book coming out, Jerletha. Do you have any books?
I do have a book. So my first book my first book is Stories of Resistance, Learning from Black Women in Early Care and Education. That is a compilation book. Many of you guys got it at the conference if you attended conference. But I do have another book that will be coming out. It will be kind of a book just kind of like that, but this time, Stories of Resistance, learning from Black women in the field of early care and education. So, of course, and not probably just Black women. I think it's going to be learning from minorities because family childcare, that's what family childcare looks like. It's kind of everybody, and I want to reach women of color. So I'll be reaching out to my a couple of my mentees pretty soon for to see if they would like to be a part of it.
Wow, I knew it. I knew you had some books. I just wanted to make sure we didn't forget to mention those. So you guys get the books, and I'm sure there's more coming, but you want to stay abreast of what Jerletha's doing, where she's going to be. And I want to go to this gala too.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be fun.
I know it's gonna
Maybe
be
we can't make it this year, next year too. But it's gonna be wow, it's gonna be a great time this year.
See,
So thank you so much for having me. And I just want to I that quote I put in there, I really mean it. Sharing resources and opportunity creates power. So make sure you share resources and opportunities with your fellow family childcare educators. So because the more powerful you are and the more powerful they are, the more impactful that we could be in the field of family childcare.
Yes, and you heard it first. Definitely. I agree with everything she said, and I echo that. So you guys, we are at the end. We're going to land this plane. I want to thank everybody for being on the line today, especially our featured guest, Jerletha McDonald. And this is not the last time you will see her. She'll be back. We're going to be doing way more things. So I'm excited for that. And this year, the NAFCC conference is going to be in St. Louis. You know I'm going to be there. So I hope to see each and every one of you there. And if you're in local to Maryland, the Maryland by the Sea is coming up. We'll be there. So I'll see you guys there. Where else? Greatness Grows is in Maryland. We'll be there. Those are local conferences to us, you guys. So I try to be at all the local ones as much as I can, and definitely at the national conferences. So thank you, guys. Thank you for subscribing. If you're not a craft member, become one and hit us up on Facebook for the rewatch. Share, like, and share. Head over to our YouTube channel. That's Craft Cafe Live. And like and subscribe, you guys, and definitely share. And we're Craft Cafe Live on what is that? TikTok. Yeah, TikTok. And then we're Craft by Better Futures on Instagram. All right. See you guys later and have a great weekend. Bye.
Later.